Operation Confidence proudly presents America's Invisible Heroes radio talk show. Tune in weekly on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Pacific time with your host, Consuela Mackey, co-host, U.S. Air Force veteran Matt Davidson, announcer Taylor Marcella, U.S. Army veteran and Strategies for Hope segment host Dr. Kathy Cash, U.S. Army Reserve veteran and entertainment segment host Charles Whitehead, U.S. Army Special Forces veteran and I Once Was Whole segment host Richard Cook, U.S. Army veteran and Lifeline for Women's Veterans segment host Martha Elena Varela, National Faith Director, Chaplain, and Veterans in Recovery segment host Anthony Akampora, and U.S. Air Force veteran and Incarcerated to Success segment host Kevin Lewandowski. For more information or to be a guest on our show, email info@operationconfidence.org.
Operation Confidence is a grassroots nonprofit. The organization's mission is to provide stable housing for veterans who have experienced homelessness, as well as providing a wide range of supportive services. To help accomplish our goal, a successful landowner has donated land for the project, a world-renowned architect has offered to design the houses, and construction classes from the local community colleges will take part in building the houses. Your support and donations are needed. To get involved, please visit our website at www.operationconfidence.org or email info@operationconfidence.com.
Okay, well, welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Americans Invisible Heroes, a show dedicated to our veterans and their families. Yes, I'm your host, Consuela Mackey, Executive Director of a grassroots nonprofit organization called Operation Confidence. No, I'm not a veteran, but my heart goes out to our American heroes, especially veterans who are disabled and may have experienced homelessness. For those who are new to the show, American Invisible Heroes was created to provide a platform for our veterans and their families to be able to share their heartfelt stories, resources, challenges, and accomplishments. Now, board member Taylor Marcella will introduce our our co-hosts and guests for today. Take it away, Taylor.
We have U.S. Air Force veteran Matt Davidson, who is a board vice president, U.S. Army Reserve veteran Charles Whitehead. We have U.S. Navy veteran Calvin Poole and his monthly segment, Blind Veterans Helping Blind Veterans. And lastly, we have Ann Montague with her bi-monthly segment, The Rosie's Movement. Matt, take it away.
Okay, I want to begin by crediting Rose Thayer of Stars and Stripes for this commentary. Fentanyl was involved in 88% of the deaths of service members who overdosed on illicit drugs in 2021. This is a steep increase in 5 years, according to Defense Department data provided to Congress. Our military is not immune to the opioid epidemic, said Senator Edward Markey. The Department of Defense latest report underscores the urgency of this moment and our need to ensure access to quality care and treatment without stigma or shame. 5 years ago, the synthetic drug was involved in 36% of troop overdose deaths, according to Pentagon data. Markey and the other senators requested data on overdoses from the Defense Department in September, and last week received 12 pages from the Pentagon officials that included statistics and prevention efforts from 2017 to 2021. 15,293 service members overdosed on drugs and alcohol, and 332 died. More than half of those who died had taken fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that is more potent than morphine the report founded fentanyl as an approved pain medication being produced and sold illegally that is killing about 70,000 Americans each year. President Joe Biden said earlier this month in his State of the Union speech. Increasingly, fentanyl is mixed with other illicit drugs or used to replace another drug entirely, so that users are expecting something else. And this has led to a rise in deaths from drugs nationwide, according to the National Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Military officials determined service members accidentally overdosed in 84% of the deaths. Just 12% of the deaths were thought to be suicides. Every drug overdose is a preventable loss of life. We must work to do better. Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness, Gilbert Cisneros, wrote in his latest letter to senators, the department continues to evaluate, refine, and improve strategies for overdose prevention to ensure we are making every effort to prevent these through their service, the Defense Department said. The Army, which is the largest of the service branches, saw the most overdose deaths during the 5-year period, the slight decrease from 36 deaths in 2017 to 35 in 2021, according to the Defense Department. However, the Navy and the Marine Corps saw a number of deaths in each service double. 11 sailors died in 2017 and 21 died in 2021. The Marines lost 5 sailors in 2017 and 10 in 2021. The Air Force saw overdose deaths increase from 9 to 11. The senators requested the data after reading a story in the September issue of Rolling Stone magazine that raised concerns about overdose deaths among soldiers at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Fort Bragg lost 31 soldiers in 5 years to overdoses, the highest of any installation mentioned in the Pentagon report. The Defense Department told senators that the rate of overdose deaths during the 5-year period is higher in North Carolina than anywhere else. 36 deaths per 100,000 active duty service members. Washington State had the next highest rate of 29.5 deaths per 100,000 troops, followed by Texas with 28.6. Cisneros told senators that the Pentagon's effort to prevent overdose deaths are focused on integrating all drug-related data, including fatal, non-fatal drug overdoses, to ensure timely data monitoring and improve coordination, messaging, treatment, intervention, and promote readiness. This is, without a doubt, a very serious problem that the military is facing, and we are hopeful that they'll get a handle on it soon, and this overdose and use of illicit drugs will stop.
Matt, I may have missed it. Are they getting the drugs from off the street, or are they being administered through prescription? How are they getting it?
How are they getting it?
Off the, is it street drugs?
Well, they can get it. There's people in the street selling it. There's drugstores carrying it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so horrible. That's terrible.
It's very easy to get. Is
it really? I wouldn't know. But that's phenomenal information.
Mm.
Do you have any numbers any phone numbers or contact information?
You know, I don't have any of that, but there's a senator, and I imagine you probably have to be in his state. His name is Edward Markey, and he is pretty much in charge of what's going on in the Senate right now to see to this.
Okay.
I would just type in Benetol, drug addiction, military, and see what comes up.
Right. We'll post that on our website too.
Yeah.
But as always, you got some great information. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon, okay? I know you have to go. Okay?
Yeah.
Okie doke. Bye-bye. Tell Ann I say bye.
I will do it.
Okay.
Bye.
Taylor, take it away to Ann Montague.
Anne Montague returned to West Virginia after working in other states and internationally. She received 2 MA degrees without having to finish the BA based on professional level research, writing, and contribution. After an MA from Harvard University, she was a partner in a Boston area firm commercializing technologies. She founded a nonprofit organization that worked with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to find technologies to clean and use sediments from navigable waters. She is recognized for her good ideas and to work to bring them to reality. Her mother, a Rosie, and grandfather, her mother, a Rosie mother, a Rosie, and a grandfather, and one-room teacher and carpenter on the C&O railroads influenced and to create ways for people to do quality work cooperatively, such as the Rosie the Riveter project. And take it away.
All right, thank you so much. Folks, what I'm going to do today is give you the draft of a photograph series of photographs that I'm beginning to put together to thank the many, many, many people who have helped us as we have essentially worked 15 years to find, get to know, and literally do projects, work with American Rosie the Riveter. So these women are the women who worked on the home front in World War II. As Taylor just said, one of those was my mother. And mother worked in a factory where she could dress up. She didn't have to wear essentially overalls and that sort of thing. And now what we're doing this year is on May 10th, we will be celebrating the freedom in Europe with the Netherlands Embassy in Washington, D.C., actually in Arlington. And then we will be celebrating in Philadelphia with the Chapel of the Four Chaplains. Now, before we do that, and while we're preparing to do that, we want to start thanking people like Consuela. So I'm going to pull up a document here. Can you?
I didn't make you a
Charles, can you make sure that I can get onto screen?
I just did.
Oh, did you? Okay. Let me try it again. Okay. I believe this is it. I'm not sure. Just a second. So now that's just one picture, but I'll go back and find. This is Rosie, Ruth Staples. This is an excellent example of how the women did everything you can imagine. And in that newspaper article that she's holding there, she worked on the railroad, and she was essentially a laborer on the railroad, doing everything from helping to repair the rails, to putting the cinders down, to cleaning out the different railroad cars and that sort of thing. And of course, railroads were incredibly important through World War II. one of the wonderful things about Ruth is how humble she was. And I'm not going to avoid using in this series of thank yous, I'm not going to avoid using Rosie's who are deceased, because we have to recognize that most of the women are gone now, even though we typically, when we work with your group here, Consuela, we almost always have a living Rosie.
Oh, that was so amazing. They was just phenomenal. We still have a few.
Go ahead.
We still have a few of the Roses to come on.
We definitely still have a few.
Yeah, and they're so amazing.
Yeah, and what I want to do is show you I had one document that was minimized, and instead of showing, why am I seeing many documents here, Charles? Maybe you can tell me that here. I think I found it.
You mean MINI?
There we go. All right, so I'm going to start from the front, and I want you to know this is just a draft, but I want you all to have any input that you can. This first young woman here is now 14. She's in 9th grade. She's extremely shy. She has a form of dyslexia that keeps her from being able to read, and you can see what a fine person she is. Now, the really special part of the story is that when she was 7, she rang the first bell for Rosie's, and that's quite a story. And even though she can't read, she's applying for essentially permission through the Girl Scouts to write a book. Wouldn't that be wonderful when she does that? The second picture here is of Bill Kamer. You all met, he's been on your program, but that's Bill Kamer when he was essentially the MC for us at an event in Washington on August 15th called the Rosie Summit. The woman on the left there is the Dean of Public Affairs at American University. You recognize this person here, I know.
You always stick that picture up there.
I have a whole list of, a whole series of pictures of you all, and I would really like to put those in there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it's effective to use more than one. This next one I just love because this woman is so shy. You know, we really try to include a variety of people. And this particular woman is Mennonite. And
you can't see her. We always see her as a table setting.
Yes, that's right. She would not let me take her picture. But
okay.
You see, she came from the farm into a city apartment, hosted me for a night so that I could get to Washington, D.C. on February 12th. And she had these fresh tulips, and that is the table she had set for me. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, and she was a Rosie?
No, she's Mennonite. So I'm telling you that this is a quiet and peace-loving religious sect that is still, even though they're essentially what I would call pacifists, they are still very much respecting our work, and I'm really pleased at that. Down here is Anna Hess. I'll cry when I tell about Anna. Anna has been a mainstay for us for years. She went to the Netherlands with us twice. I could write a book about her. And you can see in this picture that this woman who's in front of her is so respecting her that Anna now, she refused to get cataract surgery, so she's almost blind in one eye. She's had open heart surgery, and she is not part of our activities anymore. But this woman is a very typical Rosie. She was 15 at the beginning of the war when she was, when they went to church, they found that the war had begun, and they didn't even know it because they didn't have running water or electricity, living on a farm. For whatever it's worth, she was able to go to Akron, Ohio, where her mother made airplanes, and she made truck tires in World War II. She's an incredible worker, almost 6 feet tall, I would guess, Well,
Wow.
he's 5'11". In any event, the point is that she worked in a dress factory or a shirt factory for 37 years. She has what's equivalent of black lung disease, but it's white lung from the dust in the fabric dust. Then she delivered enterprise rent-a-cars for something like 7 years. And then she worked with us 5 years, and she just basically is not able anymore. This makes the point that these women are real workers. They're really devoted to America. Her husband was a fireman and her son was a policeman, but they're fading. So this is a point that we really want to make. This next picture here, I won't belabor that. We had a guest a couple of weeks ago, Soon Vega, but she's the photographer who took this picture of people signing banners. So one of the things people can do is just basically put a permanent banner, and especially if you can find the women who are still living, to have them sign it as well, and then you have something to really treasure. This is the youngest person on our board. He came to us when he was 16, and he's the first teen to receive an award from us for being the first teen in America to essentially be a model for other teens to know about the Rosies. This picture down here is not a particularly good picture, but it makes the point that the dogwood tree was a tree that the women chose to best represent them, partly for Christian reasons, but for other reasons. And the fellow there with these two Rosies is Tim Wilson, who is very, very ill right at this moment and probably won't be able to be involved with us again. This picture is of Tony Fowler. He's retired from the U.S. Department of Education, and he's on our team to try to find schools across America that will name classrooms for American Rosie the Riveters and really learn the history of the Rosies. This fellow on the left here is Wilford Hutzelbach, Hulzebosch. I did it. But he's the communications director for the Embassy of the Netherlands. And this picture here is a picture of a dogwood tree that they planted in 2015. At the very moment they planted this tree, another tree was being planted in the Netherlands at the very same moment, and I was there with 3 Rosies. And finally now, this is a picture of a son of a Rosie. His name is Arnold Lamb. His mother was the woman who was present the first time we rang bells for Rosies. Her name was Bobby, and she worked in Baltimore. And this particular picture was taken a year ago, Labor Day, 2 years ago in 2021, when we were hosted by the National Naval History Museum with various really special speakers. And he did not know that we were going to play a recording of him calling me and telling me of his mother's death. So one of the things I'd like from the group here is any suggestions that you have to make this much stronger and much less it's pretty much a hodgepodge right now. I don't know if it needs a theme. I think if it has a theme, it should just be showing the people who have pulled together of all different types. And this is just a small example. But I
think what you're doing is beautiful. You shouldn't change anything.
Well, what does the group think? Because if I'm able to if I'm able to get a theme across, I believe it should be unity. This is what the Rosies say. They don't want to be known for making the atomic bomb. Some of them are kind of proud of it, but mostly when you say, what do you really, really think the Rosies were about? They say we pulled together. We did highest quality work. Nothing shabby was done. As a matter of fact, they pulled off the line if it was. but to pull together, to do highest quality work, to do it in a spirit of cooperation. And because if we don't do that, then we are not living up to our freedom. We are not perpetuating freedom. And Consuela and her group here, I cannot tell you how much you all mean to me, because I think you make the point over and over and over again that people really love the Rosies, but most important, they realize that we've got to work together. So
we're just happy to be involved. You have a lot of more pictures. Explain the ringing of the bell with only me standing there. We had several of our team members.
I probably should put all the people in there. I just wanted to feature you, actually, to be very honest. But
well, that bell ringing is a ceremony within itself. The dates are.
And if anybody's going to be in DC on May 10th, let me know, because we're going to be the Caroline. It's a absolutely gorgeous tower of bells given to the United States by the Netherlands to thank Americans for helping us liberate the Netherlands in World War II.
And this is Rosie the Riveters, and yours is the Rosie's movement, right?
Yeah, it's the American Rosie movement. We started to put the international Rosie movement, and various people. We polled people, and we polled our board and such. And we decided on the American Rosie movement because these were the American women.
Right.
But the theme is to pull together across all boundaries, including national boundaries, of course. But, I actually, to be very honest, I find as much difference in the South and the North of America as I do when I go live in Japan. And live in Japan for a year. And we have so much difference in this country. And if you can put together that diversity into essentially pulling together, because the women did that, they filled a huge gap. One statistic, and then I'll quit, is that most people have no idea that the number of women who worked on the home front in World War II was as great as the number of men who were in the war itself. So the military people, the number was no greater than the number of women who came from their homes and went all across America to do the work. And that's called pulling together. So we keep trying to make that point. I'm not sure it's.
Charles, you trying to say something?
I said, that's a big stat.
It's a big stat, yeah.
They help build the bond. That's your
The other thing to mention now is on May 10th, if anybody's going to be in DC, they have asked, the embassies asked me to give them a list of invitees. So I would like to invite any one of you all that can be or would like to be in DC that day. It's a Wednesday. And we will ring bells for Roses. And this young Girl Scout up here, who was the first person to ring a bell for Roses, she will be there. And again, she's extremely shy, so she won't speak. But we want to get her picture with the ambassador and whatever support system we can find for the American Rosie movement.
Well, we're creating a Rosie's movement page on our website. I'm waiting on you to give me the information. And would you have a banner or flyer for this as well, so we can post it on the website?
I don't know. I'll work on it. I've been really pretty much maxed out with a government issue.
Okay, no problem. Well, we'll talk.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Thank you so much, Joanne.
Any suggestion anybody has, let me know, because I'm ready to put together something that is less hodgepodge, but has a theme. And I think you all are agreeing with me that the theme should be unity, pulling together.
Yeah, sounds great. Can you give your contact information before you go?
Sure. My telephone 304-545-9818. That's the cell, and you can text me 304-545-9818. Our website is American Rosie, ROSIE movement.org. And American Rosie movement means two things. It means the women who worked on the home front who want to be called Rosies. They do not want to be called Rosie the Riveters. because most were not riveters. But the other reason is they see this as a Rosie movement, meaning a positive movement where the people essentially are joining together and to build something. We are not protesting. We are not blaming. We are not refighting World War II. As a matter of fact, we even have some German allies at this point.
So you'll be back in a couple of weeks to continue this, because this, I think what you're doing is great.
This is good. All right. I appreciate you all giving me a critique here. So don't be shy about being critical, for sure.
No,
Keep it up, Ann.
All right. Thank you so much.
Add anything else? You think you're doing wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. So Taylor, we have coming up, I'm sorry, Charles, you're going to introduce our wonderful, wonderful U.S. Navy veteran, Calvin Poole, who's one of our co-hosts.
Yes.
Give his track record for us. He has an impressive track record. And his guest for today.
Okay, Calvin, we know that you're muted because when she was talking, there was a bunch of noise, so I muted you, so make sure you unmute yourself. But anyway, here we go. U.S. Navy veteran Calvin Poole is the past president of the Tennessee Regional Group of the Blinded Veteran Association, or the BVA. He is currently the secretary treasurer for the Tennessee Regional Group of the BVA and regional BVA ambassador, and also chairman of the BVA for the Golden Age Games. Calvin is co-founder and president of the executive board for the Tri-State Adaptive Sports Association, or the TASA, whose purpose is to help improve the quality of life for persons who are physically or mentally challenged through adaptive sports. TASA currently offers archery, bowling, goal ball, and tandem cycling, and can also provide many adventure sports on demand, such as cornhole, bocce, and beep ball, etc. You can contact TASA at area code 901-304-7440. Again, that's 901-304-7440, or email them at tasaweb.org. That's tasaweb.org. Calvin's guest today is Nancy Brooker Byrd Harper, who has a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and Accounting from American Tech University, Killeen, Texas, two masters in Business Administration and Personal Management. She joined the military in 1976 as a private and retired in 1998 as a major. In the military, she was a supply clerk, licensed practical nurse, assistant professor of military science, finance officer, company commander, staff officer, and controller. She received numerous awards: Joint Service Commendation Medal, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, United Nations Medal, UN Military Service Commemorative Medal, and many more. Stationed in Africa twice, Indianapolis, Indiana, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, and Germany. After retirement, she taught junior ROTC for 28 years and a member of a Riverside Missionary Baptist Church and a church greeter. She's a member of the American Legion for over 20 years and a graduate of the National American Legion College, instructor at the National American Legion College, and state commander for TN American Legion, alternate National Executive Committee person, adjutant for Artris Russell Post, and board member for Operation Stand Down. Go ahead, Calvin, you take it away.
Thank you, Charles, and thanks again to American Invisible Heroes for allowing us to have this segment. As you mentioned earlier, our segment is called Blinded Veterans, Helping Blinded Veterans. And our purpose is to reach out across this great nation and help blinded veterans that may not have the capabilities or abilities to advocate for themselves. And that's what the Blinded Veterans is all about. And I do want to say this coming week, the Blinded Veterans National Board of President and board members will be in Washington, D.C., advocating and presenting to the Congress and Senate on some bills we have that's pertinent to the blind and veterans.
Are you going to be there too?
No, I won't be there. This just the National Board and the Board of Directors is going to be attending along with some other people.
Okay.
But I'll give you an update on the next meeting, how it comes out.
Right.
And lastly, I just want to say thanks to our sponsors that have keeping us afloat and working hard. And that's the Channel Athlete Foundation, of course, Operation Confidence and American Heroes, and our other partners around the country. And today I just want to introduce to y'all Nancy Harper. She's the adjutant commander for the American Legion Hall in Memphis, number 27. And I will turn the floor over to you, Miss Nancy. You can tell us about your great works. And thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Well, I'm a member of American Legion Post 27, and we're the largest post in the state of Tennessee now. When we started out, we had 89 members, and now we have 875 members.
Wow.
And there are some blind individuals in our post. I am not blind, but I'm joining with Mr. Poole to see what we can do to help those that are blind and need assistance. So what we're doing is we have developed a program. After the death of my husband in 2020, I did not realize how difficult it was for veterans to get things done. And I had to sit down and I wrote down everything that needed to be done to help a veteran go through the process of the loss of a loved one. And I showed it to my pastor, and he says, sounds like a ministry to me. So that's when the Veterans Connect ministry was developed. We developed this ministry and we started out with Tennessee. Now we have 25 states calling us on Monday night to get advice on how to file a claim. What do? We have 3 certified veteran service officers that work with us. And I have gone to the VA and explained what we do to them. And we go out with the VA. We cover 89 states in Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi to help veterans file claims, helpless veterans. The trunk of my car right now is filled with items that I'm taking to the VA tomorrow to get veterans that are in a hospital that are in need of pajamas, underwear, and things like that. So every day, it's a struggle for veterans to get what they need and to get the voice of the people that they need to get to. So this is what I've dedicated my time to. I'm totally retired from 3 different jobs, and all I do now is work for veterans.
That's
and
so wonderful.
I'm doing more work now than I did when I was working. Yes, and I enjoy every minute of it. It takes up a lot of time, but I don't have any problem answering questions, helping veterans get to where they need to be, and even driving them to locations that they need to go to. But we have this room. Yes, ma'am.
It's wonderful what you're doing.
Yeah, we do this Zoom on Monday night, and veterans come on, they ask questions, and we answer their questions, and we hook them up with a service officer, and we're turning claims in less than 120 days.
Whoa, really?
Yes, we tell them up front, we don't guarantee you this is going to work, but we do. We developed a 9-step procedure. So you start at your head and go all the way down to your toes. Tell them exactly when it happened, how it happened, and what while you in the military. You always got to put those words in there, and it's working. And veterans are calling us from everywhere.
I need to come. Can you send me one of the links? I'd love to attend a meeting.
Oh yes, we would love to have you on the. I will send it with you today. After I get off, I will send you the link and everything.
Please do. Oh, that'd be wonderful. I'd love to attend.
You don't have to have an invitation. Just pop in anytime you want to pop in.
I definitely will.
the VA has given us people to work with us, and it has been going great. So veterans are getting help because Shelby County is the largest county in Tennessee and the most needed county for veteran service officers.
Well, we're going to have Calvin's going to be on have a page on our website. And with your permission, I'd love to put you on there too with this organization. And
yes.
Your phenomenal background and a picture, of course.
Well, I'm the only female in the state of Tennessee that's ever been a national commander, a state commander.
Oh, wow.
And I've gone through all the ranks of the American Legion, all the way up and to the alternate NEC right now. And
yeah, I seen your bio just went on and on and on.
Oh, that was abbreviated, wasn't it, Calvin?
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah.
Really? Oh, it was like about 8 pages.
But we're working and to help veterans, and that's all I've done all my life. My
I think what you're doing is amazing. Charles, are you around? You need some.
I'm here.
Can
you guys hear me?
Yeah. What happened? The computer went out?
Well, I slept because I'm on at about 8%. You know, it's just draining power fast using Zoom. So I'm trying to save that for when I need to show the video stuff. So I'm on the cell phone. So I'm gonna have to. I'm operating under difficult circumstances today.
So sorry to hear that. Well, as long as we have you on, and can you use any of Miss Nancy's services? I thought about you. Can you tell a little bit about what you've gone through or going through?
Well, you know, just fighting to get a service connected, injury from way back when.
Well, I'm going to give you my number,
okay,
and you can call me, and we can talk about it.
Okay.
And see where we go from there. My number is 901-371-6046.
Say it again, so our listeners.
901-371-6046.
Okay.
Call me anytime. I will answer any question that I possibly can. If I can, I will research it and get an answer for you.
See that, Charles? That's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
We have been doing upgrading claims with no problem. I have a contact in Nashville that when I can't answer it, he will get the answer for me, and we will get the people in the right wherever they need to be. And I'm really proud of what we have done. And it's not me, it's the group. We work together. And Mr. Poole will tell you, it's like a family. We all work together to get things done to help those that can't help themselves.
Well, I got to share with you in an email. You'll send me your email address as well to tell you what Operation Confidence is doing. Calvin is on board. He'll tell you as well. And I need y'all's help.
Well, we will do it. We will try to help you as much as we can because
our mission is to help out there. We got disabled veterans that are sleeping out on the streets, and that's my ultimate mission, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, and we do go out there and find veterans that are sleeping out on the streets. On March the 25th, our church is having a function that we are spearheading for homeless veterans.
Right.
We go out and find them, and we bus them in we rent buses and bus them in and get them all set up with the VA, clothing, whatever they need.
Well, we got to work together because we have just it's sheer God that has allowed this to happen for our itty bitty organization. Someone has donated us between 5 and 10 acres of land. And we have a world-renowned architect who's offered to design houses, but we need all the other support. We need all kind of support to get the nails and the lumber and you name it, we need it. You know, technical support. I need everything. I just got the dream and the determination. Of course, I got God first, but that's my mission.
I have some good contacts with certain businesses that will come in and renovate the place for you. As you say, it's better connected.
Oh, God. See, someone told me to just mention that. Okay, you're going to hear from me ASAP.
All right.
Yes, but I'm willing to work with anyone at any time. And
Well, I sure need you, girlfriend. Need you on our committee and everything. And come back, please, and have Calvin. You need to come on regularly because you have so many successful stories. This is what we want to put out there to our veteran community. You know, what you're doing, some of the successes, even have them to come on as guests, you know?
Oh yeah, we've found jobs for individuals and
Yeah.
housing, clothing, you name it. We out there doing it.
Yeah, they need to share from where they were to where you have taken them now, you know, with your committee and Calvin, you know, and I know Michelle is on board there. She's sitting there in the cut. But we no, she's been on it too. Well, I need all you guys help.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so wonderful to have you though. And Calvin has a lot of my information. Calvin, can you forward it over to
Absolutely, I'll take care of it.
Okay, yeah, you handle it for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Hey, Consuelo, I want to mention one other thing before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
On March 18th, the Tri-State Adaptive Sports Association will be doing a Paralympic Day for the children in Memphis from ages 12 to 18. We're going to teach them and introduce some Paralympic games to the children from ages 12 to 18. So we're looking forward to that event.
What date is that again?
March 18th.
Okay. Oh, that's coming up pretty soon, huh?
Pretty soon. It's coming around pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
I got the volunteers too, Charles.
Okay. Thank you, here.
And you should have had a flyer or something to put on the screen. You have nothing today?
It's my fault. I got flyers and all, but I haven't been actually doing what I should be doing. I should have had your flyer, but I didn't get it. So
yeah, we could have put it up on the screen. Yeah. Michelle, you can't just don't have it in the files either.
I don't know.
He didn't share it with me, ma'am.
No, ma'am, Connie
girl. All right, now.
Well, he failed to share the information.
Oh,
wow, she just told you under the bus.
I don't know how I forgot to do that. I promise.
I know, huh?
The star over there laying in the cut, she come out swinging the blazing.
Look right for the juggler brain, Charles, right?
Yeah, that's it, boy.
That's what Army does.
Well, thank you, Bashan, anyway.
Yeah, well, get that. Let me see. So that'll be just when we have another week, right?
We got a couple of weeks, yeah.
Well, come on back on now and be able to pitch that.
I
told you we got over 119,000 people listening to us. You better come on back on.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. All right.
Okay, that's wonderful. All right. So, and I'm so happy, Miss Nancy. And so, Calvin, you share the information with her. And then I look forward to having Miss Nancy and you and Michelle to please help us. I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, because I'm looking forward to working Miss Nancy as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to make you even a little bit more busy, Miss Nancy.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Better.
How would you say, honey? More work the better?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Well, I look forward to you coming back, and I'm extremely serious about you at least considering a monthly segment, because you got so many resources and so many people that your chamber, your organization is helping, and they need to see and hear that. Okay. So please, and then Calvin, you'll help her with that. She come up with a name to her segment, but we want that like soon.
Okay.
Thank you. Michelle, you got a few words? Or you just sitting in the cut?
She already laid out. She got her words in.
Michelle, can you hear us? I said, do you have any few words before we move on to the next guest about the service dogs?
We still will be having, we do our dog handlers committee meetings on the third Tuesday of every month, and you can get the information on the bva.org website. the BravoVictorAlfred.org website, and it's via Zoom at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have this coming week we'll have dog handlers and puppy raisers presenting on our call on this next call. But I did want to also correct something Calvin had said. I won't be actually going to Congress to sit on Congress to speak with them, but I will be representing the blinded veterans and ambassadors. We'll be up there this Wednesday on the 8th, and I'll be one of the ones in attendance. And so if I come across anything, I'll make sure I just bring out your names and mention names, because we'll be up there with some of the higher profile people. So I'll be sure to talk to anybody I can about both of your programs.
Don't forget Top Racial Confidence.
That's what I'm talking about. Both of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's gonna make sure you share it with her now.
That's throwing us in the cut too, you know.
If you don't share it, she's gonna say they didn't share it with me. So.
You see, she'll tell, right, Charles?
Yeah, right off the top. And he didn't share it with me, so.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, we need to have you on board, and thank you so much, Michelle. We're looking for you to come back some videos of what you're doing as well with the what's the name of, you tell everybody else what it is. What's the name of your service dogs component to blind veterans?
It's the Blinded Veteran Association Dog Handlers Committee.
Dog handlers, that's right.
Yes, that's what we are, Dog Handlers Committee. I will be going back hopefully soon to go back to Palmetto, Florida, to Southeastern Guard Dogs to get another service animal.
Okay, great. Well, you have to come and share with how many service animals you have already successfully placed in homes with our blinded veterans. Tell us more about that. And I know that you have some videos and stuff like that too to share, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. And Calvin, you know, this is all the people that I want on the website. Remember, I told you I'm waiting on your information. I'm gonna take it from what I found on our website, on the internet, so we can put everybody together. But we want to have Michelle's piece in there, and of course Miss Nancy and whoever else we have on the site. Okay, that's important.
I'll take care of it. Yeah.
One other thing, Miss Nancy, you with so many veteran organizations, I don't know which one to ask, but we have on our website all the partners that are involved. We'd like to have your logo. So which one would you suggest if with your permission we can put on our website?
We'll start with the American Legion.
Okay. All right, great. Well, that's out from just the American Legions internationally, or yours, Tennessee?
Well, it's all the same symbol.
Okay, great. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely put that up there with your permission, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And we're gonna move right along here. It's almost coming down to a close. Okay, it's on you, Taylor.
Yes, ma'am. So in 2019, my friend Alexa met Jamie, a woman veteran who had been sexually assaulted while on active duty. Alexa confided in me by saying everything Jamie said about herself she saw in myself. Hold on. My Alexa is responding to this Alexa.
Now you getting what I be doing, see?
Like, Alexa, turn off. Hold on for 1 second.
Alexa gonna talk, see? She like, oh, you calling me? Okay.
It's a lady, right? They name Alexa too. Did you have to turn it off?
I did. So I'm gonna just call her Abby.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
That's why I changed my name but I call her Amazon. I got 3 of them, so one of them's named Amazon. So when I was talking with you guys, anytime somebody say something about Amazon, she get the yakking away. So Alexa's doing the same thing right now.
Right, that's so funny. Okay,
yeah.
continue.
Yeah,
on.
okay, I think she's off. Okay. Where did I leave off? Abby confided in me by saying everything Jamie had said about herself she saw in myself. Abby filed an unrestricted report and initiated a rape investigation. Abby started a telephone conversation casually with the rapist, asking about his job. Then she shifted to the conversation to the assault, saying, hey, you really hurt me, and we weren't romantically involved. He ended up apologizing and said, I'm sorry. The investigating officer who was in the room signaled that she had gotten what they needed to end the call. At this point, Abby assumed that the case was clear cut. They had a recorded confession in hand, but despite the confession, her assailant said good things about her, and there was no physical evidence to prove that a rape had occurred. They warned Abby that the court martial would probably be hard on her and that she might not want to go through with it because it is unlikely to end with a conviction. Abby was heartbroken and confused, but she agreed. She didn't want to go through a trial if it was only going to end in an acquittal. There was also things that people said about her that were beyond awful. One male colleague, she remembers, told Abby that she deserved what happened to her. Abby then asked if the military could at least take some kind of administrative action against her perpetrator, but again, they told her no. The rape investigation was closed, and Abby says her attacker was able to serve out his term of duty and receive an honorable discharge. He fell deeper into depression and despair.
Wow, that's so sad.
Yes.
Those are some of the things that we found on our show. People come on and share such heart-wrenching stories.
Definitely, and the victims aren't educated about reporting options. So they are unrestricted, and then they're restricted. Restricted doesn't when someone comes in with a restricted report of sexual assault or domestic violence, typically for restricted, we wouldn't notify law enforcement, but we would still offer supportive services like counseling and.
Would you tell them
therapy.
how you know this information? The job
Because
that you do, and where is the job that you do every day?
So I work at Edwards Air Force Base in the mental health clinic, and so I work in the family advocacy part of the clinic where we work with domestic violence victims, and rape victims, unfortunately, and child abuse cases, and sexualized behavior in youth and children. And so I'm familiar with reporting options and the types of services that would help an individual, both the victim and the alleged offender, because it would be unfair to only provide services for one person and not everyone.
That's right. That's so heavy. Thank you so much to hear about Abby instead of who that's going to talk.
Because he's going to talk.
He talks all.
It didn't click until I'm like, why are you talking right now?
Well, I have mine is named, who the other ones, but I wouldn't dare mention her because she'll start to say, yes, what can I do for you? All right. So Charles, it's on you and we winding it down.
All right. I'm going to read what I have to read, and then I'm going to bring my computer back up and show you what I got there. So you don't have to let me back in and then make me a co-host. So here we go. It's called, Can Someone with Physical Disabilities Become a Truck Driver? Yes, absolutely possible to drive a truck with a disability. Many of the most experienced and relied upon truck drivers in the U.S. have some type of disability. Most types of physical disability do not prevent a person from being able to drive a truck professionally. Sometimes accommodation needs to be made for disabled truck drivers. For example, changes to the structure of the cab or technological aids that for loading and unloading. But in 2020, technology has made these types of accommodations easier to make than ever before. Technology is transforming trucks and trucking in numerous amazing ways. So a physical disability is usually
recording in progress.
Hold on a second. Am I
You're gonna cut. Can you sign out? Come back in.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna do this with it. Let's see.
Sound like we're in the twilight zone.
I'm gonna leave the meeting. Give me a second. I'm gonna leave the meeting on my phone.
Birds is singing.
Okay, can you just boot me on the phone? Physically kick me out. Sorry. Okay, here we go. All right.
There you are. You muted.
Yeah, I'm working in a difficult situation today, so bear
I'm
with
sorry. Yeah,
me.
we got you back.
All right, so let me pull my. Where's it at? I'm over here playing back and forth today.
That's all right. That's one thing about our show. We just
do
hit it from the hip.
All right, let's see. Where was I at? I said, okay. Let's see.
Oh, you were there, I think, at disabled truck drivers.
Disabled truck drivers are common in the United States. Some drivers could always had a disability and became truck drivers while disabled. Other drivers became disabled while already working as truck drivers, either through job-related accidents or otherwise. These drivers had to retrain to be able to drive with their new disability. What disabilities disqualify a person from becoming a truck driver? All truck drivers must obtain a certification from a licensed medical professional to qualify for a commercial driver's license. Several disabilities disqualify a person from driving a truck. The large majority of physical disabilities disqualify a person only if the disability interferes with their ability to drive. If a person can demonstrate that their disability does not interfere with their driving during a skill performance evaluation, they will qualify to drive. The conditions that disqualify a person outright are: 1, diabetes, cardiovascular disease. That's and they say diabetes. If the person needs to inject, people who take their insulin orally may qualify. Cardiovascular disease, that's if it is of the type that may be accompanied by congestive cardiac failure, syncope, dyspnea, or collapse.
Glad you reading it.
I jacked it up,
I was going to do it too.
Certain respiratory diseases, if they are likely to interfere with the ability to safely operate a commercial motor vehicle. Hypertension of stage 3 severity and blindness in one eye. How the truck driving industry uses technology to accommodate disabled drivers. There are many practical considerations when it comes to driving a truck with a physical disability. But just like with other types of vehicles, modern technology is coming up with ingenious ways to solve the problems that disabled drivers face. The truck driving industry is using technology to enable disabled drivers to work effectively and to enjoy long, lucrative careers in the industry. Here are some of the most useful modifications that are enabling disabled drivers to do their job. There are wheelchair lifts and ramps, cranes for loading and unloading, hand controls, adaptive electronic controls, pedal and steering wheel extensions, left foot accelerators, reduced effort brake systems, and it just goes on and on. So I'm going to now, let me see if I can pull this up, challenge number 3 for the day. Let's see. Let me do this first. Let's see. Let me pull it up. Let's see. I want to make sure I can do this. Make me a co-host because I did get logged back in.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was in, but I had to log down and let's see what I got. Yeah, I got enough juice to last.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Here's a picture. of a truck, but this is what that's a this looks like somebody drew this truck almost, or they
Mhm.
copy-pasted it, right?
Right. You have video when we
Yeah, I'm gonna show you some video here in a second. And just while I'm pulling that up, so I do own a truck. I'm an owner, but I don't drive myself. I have a driver. As a matter of fact, he's sitting somewhere in Utah right now, waiting for me to get his next load. And there are a lot of, and I know people who are. I mean, there are the disabled people who are driving, and I've found we have video that I'm going to show you here in a second. Let me see if this is still. Is that these drivers they're doing it. These guys are doing it. Now this video that I'm going to show you. Let me make sure it's going to play. Okay, yes. With that, I'm going to show you. This is a condensed version, but this guy is he's got a lift on his truck, and there are so many videos. Some of them are way long, but this one is like less than a minute, which it'll get to show you the point.
right. And you're a wheelchair user too, but that's commendable that you have your own trucking company.
Yes, I use a wheelchair, and actually my logo is and then I'll share that with you just to show you. My logo is I made a logo with I said, well, when I had it made, I wanted to have the wheelchair, the concept of the wheelchair involved with the truck. So it's like I'm powering the chair and I'm powering the truck, and I'll show it to you after I show this video. So let me make sure I can. Let's do this real quick. Boom, boom, boom. You guys seeing that?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right, here's the dude getting in his chair, getting in his truck. This is an old truck or a different kind of truck, but it doesn't matter. They have all kinds of lifts. This is just one of them. Here we go. And I'll just kind of go for our listeners, tell you that he's on a lift right now, lifting his whole chair up, and it's basically lifting him up through the side of the truck. So he throws his things in. He's in his wheelchair, and he's gonna get out of his chair and get into the seat of the truck, and then take his wheelchair apart and do it as if he was just getting into a car, like most of us do. So, that is the essence of how it happens. It was sped up a little bit, but basically you see that. So. Okay, so let me stop.
What happens when the prostate enlarges and the urine?
Okay, we didn't want that to get video.
Okay, now let me show you this. Let's see here.
Only us would come up with some kind of crazy video like that.
Well, hey, look at Miss Swan. Look. I know it just,
There go Michelle again. She already know this is a
yeah, this we got a little cougar that I don't know how that happened, but that's a YouTube thing. That's a YouTube ad,
Oh God. Terrible.
So let me see here. That's funny. Look at Miss Tron. She be had this is we're part comedy club too. So just so this is America's Invisible Comedy Club as well. So
segment.
Let me see here. Okay, let me take this and get out of here. Yeah, so much, just working, trying to work remotely and without getting power and all that stuff is okay.
Oh yeah, you had power from the snow out that way too, didn't you?
Oh man, it's it's crazy. It's absolutely.
We've never had snow. Well, we had like 30 years ago, and it was only for a day.
Yeah, well, it was snowing like crazy here.
What's taking you so long?
Hold up, it's coming. I gotta open it up.
Hurry up! We got all this blank air.
Yeah, I know. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. There's my logo. And if you can
Okay, that's
see,
cute.
so and I'm a musician, so I got this guy to come on board as my partner, business partner. So I'm a musician. So my truck, I made the pipes out of saxophones, the wheel. I got a big wheel, like I'm pushing a wheelchair. I'm sitting on top, and then
That's cute.
the guitar for the grill. He's
Does that
always.
sit on the side of your truck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I had the opposite, but I had my partner. He played wheelchair basketball with me for years. We played together, and it's almost game time. And he's always Albert. He came on the show earlier, like a year or so ago. But he's always working on his chair when it's time for the game. So I put tools on him. I say, "Yeah, you go. Yeah, you the tool guy. You know, you forever working on that doggone chair." So
That's
anyway,
cute.
that's the logo, and I just wanted to share that information that if anybody's out there who is a wheelchair driver, hey, you know, or if you want to become a driver, know that there are jobs for you and you can do it.
Right. Do you have a contact number to give out for information?
I don't, because
You don't. Well, they can go through Operation Confidence.
Yeah, actually, yeah. There you go. Just contact us here
Info at operationconfidence.org. Once again, info at operationconfidence.org if you have any questions.
Yep.
Okay, turning it over to you with winding on down now, Taylor. Take it away.
Yes, ma'am. On a regular basis, I will share information on Operation Confidence's history to make sure it's documented on all of our podcasts. Today, I would like to share a video about Operation Confidence historical event, a tribute to our disabled veterans, held at the historical Los Angeles Sports Arena between, I think, I want to say 2010, but it may have been 2011.
No, it's 2010 and 11.
2010 and 11. So let me pull that up for you all. Oh, yep.
You there?
Yes.
Just sharing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is there a video?
It's supposed to be a video.
Let me see. There may be something further down. Nope, not on this one.
Okay. Well, we'll bring it up next time.
Okay. And then also, Connie found some pictures from that event. So let me pull that up. I'm gonna stop sharing, and then I'm gonna share.
Close us on out.
Other things. Huh, Connie?
Yeah, after you just show your pictures, we'll close down, close out.
Okay. Here are the pictures. This is the very first one. Yep.
That was what?
We go way back.
Yeah,
Ooh, I have no idea when it was.
that was 2010. Back. Long time ago. Yeah. How the time flies.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's a wonderful event we had at that time. So we had a good show today. We want to thank everybody for coming on, and especially our guests, fabulous guests that we had. And Taylor, you can go ahead on and close us on out.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the.
You have to skip your video.
Yeah, the video, the funny clips. This, we got enough laughs out of this today.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Before Ms. Connie closes the show, we would like to encourage our viewers and listeners to visit Operation Confidence resource page for some amazing resources. Also, we would like to inform everybody about Operation Confidence Positive Redirection Team. It's a group of male and female veterans who are mentors having overcome similar challenges and situations to transitioning back into mainstream society. To be connected or become a team member, email us at info@operationconfidence.org. Last lastly, we are so excited about Operation Confidence Combat Boots and Lace Women's Veterans Mentoring and Creative Arts Group, and Operation Confidence Distinguished Male Veterans Mentors and Dress for Success Modeling Group. To get involved, email info@operationconfidence.org. Again, info@operationconfidence.org. Zoom meetings will take place the first Saturday of each month.
Okay, and as always, we want to remind our viewers and our listeners that our goal for the show is to raise awareness about Operation Confidence, whose mission is to provide stable housing with a wide range of supportive services. So to get involved with our grassroots efforts, please send us an email at info@operationconfidence.org. Once again, info@operationconfidence.org. And please don't forget to subscribe to our American Invisible Heroes YouTube channel. And as I always like to share with our viewers and our listeners, that each time that we come on the show, our viewers scores are going up. Right now, we're at 119,000 views on our YouTube channel. So it's a lot of excitement. And last but not least, we need your support. If anyone out there in radio and listening land and viewing land could donate just $1 to our teeny house funding project, that would raise a lot of support for our veterans, especially those who are disabled and are living on the street. So in closing, we want to let everyone know that Operation Confidence Invisible Heroes is also streaming on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon, iHeart, Stitcher, and Twitch podcast. So we're getting the word out. We're really excited about how fast we're growing. And I want to close out the show by saying thank you to our amazing guests and, of course, our co-hosts. And we'll be back next Sunday. And we just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. You gonna close us out, Charles?
Yep, I got enough juice to just, it took the 2%, and the video was coming up very scarcely, but I'm gonna show it now, and then you close.
Well, you're gonna talk up to 2%.
2%. Whoop, there it is. Come on, Michonne. All right. You see that?
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye
Thank
now.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Honey.
Okay, honey. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
All right.